Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So if you've ever had a child yourself or know anyone who's had a child, you might have heard about all of the things that they tell you change during your pregnancy and then again after your pregnancy. And I certainly experienced a lot of the typical things that they say change in your body during and after pregnancy. And then I experienced a whole bunch of things that I did not expect. So I thought it'd be a fun video to share some of those with you guys today, and in turn I would love to hear from you guys if you can relate to any of them or if you have any of your own unexpected post-baby changes that you would like to share as well. So the first one is one of the ones that pretty much everybody knows about, and that is boob changes. Personally, and call me crazy, I did not expect to have the kind of boob changes that I experienced post-baby. Being someone who was quite busty from, my mid-teens right up until when I had kids, I hated having big boobs. They made me feel so self-conscious and they gave me a sore back, and I wanted to have a reduction, to be honest, but the whole idea of the surgery scared me a little bit and I just wanted to wait until I was a little bit older, but I was definitely considering a reduction. And when I had kids, naturally I had that bigger stage, and I swear after each child, just after they were born, and you wake up one morning and you've got these things, I cried. I took one look at myself each time and bawled my eyes out. It was just shocking. But what I did not expect is that everything went down as much as what it did. I never ever thought that would happen. Like I said, call me crazy because everybody says that it happens. I just didn't think it would happen to me. I didn't think I would ever not have these boobs that I hated. And for a while there, I absolutely loved it. I loved having the smaller chest. Now, not so much. I've had 3 kids and I'm actually to the point where I'm seriously considering getting a boob job. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but for me, I really don't think it should be about a woman trying to look a certain way. I think it should be about trying to feel a certain way. And I think everybody has the right to feel confident within themselves and do whatever they choose to make themselves feel a little bit more confident. Obviously, provided that they're not doing any harm to themselves or anybody around them. But like I said, it's something that I'm really considering. And if you've been through the whole boob job process before or after kids, I'm keen to hear about your experiences because I'm just in those stages where I'm doing a little bit of research, I'm scoping it all out, but it's something that I'm definitely considering. And I guess this one kind of goes along the same lines of boob deflation, and that's just overall body deflation. And that's something that for me, I didn't really think it was the worst thing in the world. You sort of get a little bit of your skin gets a little bit looser, particularly around your belly, because obviously that was quite a lot bigger before, but there's ways to manage it. So making sure that you're having lots of water so your skin maintains as much elasticity as possible. That is going to boil down to other factors as well, such as cultural background or age when you're having children. But for the most part, a lot can be done just by maintaining a healthy diet and lifestyle. When you're in the hospital, they give you a whole bunch of exercises to do, particularly with your core, to be able to get things back to where they were. And I think the most important thing is to be focusing on getting those core muscles back. Like everything else can wait. The core muscles are the most important ones because you use your core for everything, and most of the time that's going to be the most damaged part of your body from having kids. So long as you look after that, that is the main thing. And even though I feel like I've been very diligent after each child, keeping up with those exercises and maintaining a healthy lifestyle, not just for the short period after having my kids, but Louis was born 2.5 years ago now, and I've made sure to keep those exercises up that entire time. And even then, there's still things that I struggle to do, like jumping on a trampoline, for example. I cannot go outside and jump on the trampoline with the kids without feeling like this awkward weight in my core. And I know it's something so completely random, but you don't really think about it until you are doing something like jumping on a trampoline or jumping rope or even running long distance, and gravity just kind of catches up with you a little bit. So that's why it is important to keep up with those exercises. Like even now, Lord knows if I needed to pee and I got on a trampoline, I would probably wet myself because it takes a long time, you guys. But I do try to remember that I had 3 kids in 3 years, and with that, there's just going to be an element of physiotherapy involved. And with hard work and determination, one day I will jump on a trampoline again. Another thing which I really did not expect after having children was how easy it would be to lose the weight. And before you guys shut your laptop, click out of the window, or throw your phone at the wall, hear me out. This is not going to be the same thing for everybody. For me, I feel like it was an element of age and just dumb luck. After having Heidi, I expected that losing weight was going to be really, really hard because I'd always struggled with that kind of thing. But I was eating really well, like I was eating more than I'd ever eaten before. And for some reason, the weight just seemed to fall off me. And I credit some of that to breastfeeding, because when you do breastfeed, you're obviously, there's a lot of fat that comes out in the breast milk. You burn a lot of calories by breastfeeding. You burn a lot of calories being a new mum, racing around with a little baby. But I was also breastfeeding the boys. I was also running around a lot with the boys, and I didn't find it as easy to lose weight after I'd had them. So not only is it going to boil down to each individual person, but also what stage you are in life. Like, I had 3 kids in 3 years, so it's crazy to assume that you're just going to bounce back completely after each child. The next thing is something which I know some of you are just flat out not going to believe me about. I wouldn't believe someone else telling me this until I'd experienced it myself, but I swear my eyes changed color. Before I had kids, I had these really dark brown eyes, and you can see that in all 3 of my children. However, after Heidi was born, I just noticed that my eyes got a lot lighter. They're now more of a hazel color, which is the same color as my mum. I'm not entirely sure why that is. I have read a few things about how sometimes hormonal changes can affect your eye color, bring out certain pigments, and I'm thinking that's probably the most likely thing to have happened. But that's something that happened to me that was really, really weird, and I want to hear from you guys if you've had anything weird like that as well. And lastly but not leastly, something that a lot of people seem to talk about or worry about when having children is the whole downtown situation. And there's obviously a very good reason why people choose not to talk about it, but with that, a lot of people do worry about it as well. So like I said earlier, when you're in hospital, they do provide you with a lot of exercises that you can do, and they do encourage you to keep those up pretty much forever. You should always be doing them. And for me, I've found that those work a treat. Everything has gone back to the way it was before, and I've heard a lot of people say that the exact same thing, that things do go back to the way they were before. They might not be exactly the way that they were, but provided that you're doing the right thing by yourself, I think that you can get back to a state of normality. So if you're considering having kids, or you're pregnant now and you're like, oh my gosh, what is going to happen to me? Never fear. Things will go back. You just have to make sure you're looking after yourself, and don't be afraid to talk about it as well. So if you guys are sitting here watching this video and nodding your head along, then please let me know in the comments, or if you have different changes that you've experienced that were totally unexpected, I want to hear about those as well. If you haven't had kids before, let us know what you're worried about. Maybe someone else in the comments, or even me, can give you a little bit of peace of mind. And if you enjoyed this video, as per usual, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, hit subscribe, and hit that little notification bell, because I know a few of you guys have mentioned that my videos haven't been popping up in your subscription feed. So that's just a little way to make sure that you actually see them. And other than that, I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.